Welcome to Unity Online. I'm Reverend Anna Hokangas, and with me is Emilio Zaras, who weekly brings us the most amazing music and amazing songs. Join with me in consciousness as we spend the next 15 minutes together in meditation. Allow the words that I speak to be the words of your own heart. Relax and breathe into the moment and know that you are safe. Wake up and live. Set your sights high. The higher, the better. Expect the most wonderful things to happen. Not in the future, but right now. Realize that nothing is too good. Allow absolutely nothing to hamper you or hold you up in any way. It is all available for you right now. Be enthusiastic about life. It is a wonderful life. Make it so by your enthusiasm. So I will continue speaking in the first person. As I breathe and relax into this moment, I recognize there is only one divine essence that permeates all things seen and unseen. It is the field of pure potentiality. Some call it God, the universe, all that is. Join with me for the next 15 minutes. Today I choose to wake up and live. Today I set my sights high, higher than ever before. I expect the most wonderful things to happen. Right now, not in the future, right now. I realize that nothing is too good. I allow absolutely nothing to hamper me or hold me up in any way. I know I am a free agent in the universe. I am enthusiastic about life. It is a wonderful life. I make it so by my enthusiasm. I learn to be very clear and definite about what I desire in life. I choose to be clear and definite. I can do all things. I can be all things. When I have faith and trust in my connection to Spirit, all things are possible for me. I have confidence in my ability to do all things, because I am drawing from the substance that is God. God is all of me. God is my all and all. Today I stride forward with a firm, steady step, knowing with a deep, certain inner knowing that I reach every goal I set for myself. I see it happening every day. I achieve every aim. I start doing this today. I choose to do it today. Procrastination is for others, not for me. I get things done. I choose to be clear rather than vague. I choose to know rather than hope. I know that today change occurs because I choose to allow it. I know everything falls into place for me. I choose to live a full and glorious life. There's nothing vague about my intentions. So in this moment, I take positive action. I start the wheels turning. I know that once I do my part and set my intention, that I receive help, all the help I need. That's when it begins, when I choose. I know that Spirit helps me through me. Today I choose. Something is happening because I am taking action. I am ready to soar to greater heights. My heart is filled with praise and thanksgiving. But like a tiny bird, I have to take off from the ground. I have to make that special effort. It is easy for me, for I have everything I need. It is a joyous, light-hearted effort. It is a graceful effort. And as I lift off the ground, like that little bird, I can go as high as I choose in complete freedom. I choose to take action to change my life today. When I have a desire, I know I can achieve it. I know it already exists in the mind of God. I choose to allow it in. I hear the universe say yes to me, and I say yes to it. I know everything is possible with God. The takeoff of an airplane from the ground demands a special boost of power. When I go within, I receive my special boost of power, and I am on my way. There is no greater power than the power of Spirit, and I am always connected. It is available to me at any time. It is always available to me. Today I choose to draw from it. I am ready, and I know how to use it correctly. It is always unfolding for my highest and best. And I am ready now. I am surrounded by beauty everywhere. I open my eyes and see it, and give constant thanks for it. I allow these things of beauty to transform me and inspire me, always transforming me to my highest and best. Beauty draws the very best out of me and unites me with Spirit. The beauty that is within me goes beyond just me. It is everywhere present all the time. Beauty is Spirit. I allow the beauty that is me to shine forth. I fill my heart and my mind with beautiful thoughts, for I am beauty. Today I choose to look for the beautiful things all around me. I choose to see beauty in everything. And when I look deep enough and long enough, I see it in me as well. I rise above the illusions of life, and through my eyes looking for beauty, I am able to transform all the illusions. I know that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I know it is also deep within me. I go forth this day determined to see beauty in everyone and everything. It's unfolding for me now. Love and beauty go hand in hand. I let the universal love flow in and through every aspect of my being. I feel it bringing unity and oneness to all my experiences, to all my thoughts. As I open my heart, the love keeps flowing. And the more I love, the more there is to love. I know the words love one another, and I know it begins with me. I know, despite appearances, everyone is one with God. Today I know this to be the truth, and I see through the eyes of love. Universal love flows freely. It does not pick and choose who is going to be loved. Everyone is loved, for everyone is love. Universal love is the same for everyone. It is within me and within everyone else as well. I am filled to the brim with this wondrous love. Today I choose to be aware of the love that I am. I choose to be aware of the friendly universe that I live in. I choose to recognize how I am fully supported by this love. Today I open up and I accept my love. I accept that I am loved by the universe. I choose to be open and expressive of this love and compassion. It is beyond my personality. It is the highest and best of me. Divine love is not possessive or stifling. It is open and expansive. Today I am open and expansive. Today I am open to demonstrate my love to everyone I meet. I know that love is the greatest uniting factor in the universe. So today I choose to love, love, love. So it is in this moment that I raise my consciousness to the true awareness and understanding that I am one with all that is. I am so grateful for this knowledge, so grateful for this allowing, and so thankful for my life. And it is with an open, humble heart that I release the how to the universe. And so it is. So let's begin with our first song, Have It All.
May you have auspicious and causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May you take no effort in you being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath. And may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa! May the road less may be the road that you follow. Whoa, well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. 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 May you be as fascinating as a slap bracelet. May you keep the chaos and the clutter off your desk. May you have unquestionable health and less stress. Having no possessions, no immeasurable wealth. May you get the gold star on your next test. May your educated guesses always be correct. And may you win prizes shining like diamonds. May you really own it from each moment to the next. And may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa! And may the road less be the road that you follow. Whoa! Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. Oh, I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. Oh, I want you to have it all. All you can imagine. Oh, no matter what your path is, if you believe it, and anything can happen. Go, go, go. Raise your glasses. Go, go, go. You can have it all. I toast you. Here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. Oh, I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. Here's to you always making me laugh. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all.
And another great song by Eddie Watkins Jr., What Would Love Do Now?
Just before you say something you can't take away, take a breath and let it out. Try to think about what would love do now. Wondering if I should cry cross that line for good. Whatever you decide, ask yourself from inside, what would love do now? Everything is either an act of love or a cry for love. That's why for love we try for love. In the end, that's all we know, that's real. Whether right or wrong doesn't matter, just as long as you let your heart decide. Ask yourself from inside, what would love do now? Everything is either an act of love or a cry for love. That's why for love we try for love. In the end, that's all we know, that's real. Whether right or wrong doesn't matter, just as long as you let your heart decide. Ask yourself from inside, what would love do now? What would love do now? What would love do now? What would love do now?
Centered in this awareness of love, please join with me in consciousness for this opening intention. So take a deep breath and just let it out with a sigh. Oh. And allow the whirling thoughts of today to just gently subside and bring your attention to your heart center, the center of your being. And as I speak in the first person, present tense and positive, I remember there is only one thing going on here. Spirit, God, the Creator, the infinite field of pure potentiality. And so as I'm centered in this place of love, this place of knowing that I am fully supported in every way, I feel blessed. I feel blessed as I move forward without hesitation. For life is my unfolding good, and I know I'm always fully supported. And so with a grateful heart, I move forward in confidence. I let go and I let it be so. Please join with me in affirming, and so it is. For there is only love. Another great song by Karen Drucker.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. myself when it seems I've lost my way. I would go inside and quiet my mind, and I'd hear spirits say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only, there is only love.
Oh, doesn't that feel good? Today's absolute word is divine motivation. Grounded in my divinity, I enjoy my successful journey. Using my divine power of imagination, I see new possibilities for success and satisfaction. I hold to a clear picture. Using my divine powers of life and zeal, I am passionately energized and motivated toward positive outcomes. Using my divine understanding, divine wisdom, divine will, and divine power of dominion, I am empowered to know what to think, say, and do. As I get still, meditate, and firmly ground myself in the silence, my next step takes form and arises into my awareness, using my divine power of faith. I move forward toward my good, navigating over, around, and through any seeming obstacles. I harmoniously use all my divine powers to propel myself forward no matter what. As I enjoy my successful journey, I experience spiritual growth as an extra benefit of my consciously using my innate divine powers. I am deeply satisfied. I make progress, exploring new possibilities. I do it all in joy as I enjoy the journey. And so it is. So this is our year 2021 and our theme, Looking Up. And our theme for April, Stepping into the Unknown. And perhaps we have given you a little bit of wisdom through our songs and stories on how you might step into the unknown in a more empowered way. So here's some more ideas for you. So today we are talking about Bless-itation. And what does that mean? So let's dig in. So do you begin new things with a sense of joy for the newness and also a hesitation of uncertainty? The opportunity is to feel the hesitation and appreciate its value, but to not allow it to impede your forward movement. And so I want you to think about this just for a moment. So have you ever asked yourself, why is it that I start out the day with all these really great ideas, and then by the time the day is rolling, I've completely forgotten, and sometimes days can go by, and you've completely forgotten what it is that you intended to do. And why is it that that happens? Because it started out with such enthusiasm and exuberance. So I'd like to explore that a little bit further. So bless-itation is a combination of the blessing and the joy when you initially have the idea, and the hesitation that might happen right after you have the idea. And I'd like to really explore that a little further. So we have great potential in us. The only thing that stops us from achieving what we're supposed to achieve is our hesitation, fear, and our shyness. Right? Would you agree with that? So you know the name Neil Armstrong, right? So what does that bring up for you? Do you remember that he was the first man to walk on the moon? Okay. Well, here's the backstory to that. Have you ever heard the name Edwin Aldrin? Probably not. Well, he's really integral in this story. And the way that it goes is that Edwin Aldrin was actually the pilot for that particular mission to the moon. And his co-pilot was Neil Armstrong. And how it works is that when they got there and when they landed and when they were going to be going out into the walk on the moon's surface, NASA is involved in giving them the directions because they're looking at all of the equipment and how's everything working, and they basically say, okay, it's time to go. And so what they do is usually the pilot is the first person to go, and they said, pilot, you first. And Edwin Aldrin hesitated. And in that hesitation, NASA said, co-pilot, you go first. And the rest is history. Because in that hesitation, Aldrin was the second man to walk on the moon, and Neil Armstrong was the first. And why? Because he didn't hesitate when he was asked to move. He just went and he did it. So I know I don't need to get into the moral of that story, but I would imagine that Edwin Aldrin has wondered many a time why it is that he hesitated. And I'd like to explore that because we all do. We all hesitate at times when it's a real wonderful opportunity, but somehow something causes us to stop and not follow through. So what is that? So this is something from Eric Butterworth that I hope is a little bit of an insight into it. You are the very activity of God expressing as you. There is nothing outside of you. You are the expression of God. To creatively believe in God, then, is to believe from the consciousness of God. Does that make sense? To believe from the standpoint that you are it. There is no separation. This believing energy is the continuation of the divine process that made you in the first place. And when you think about you are one with this thing, this whatever you want to call it, that made you in the first place, this is why faith has such tremendous creative power, because the power that made you is the power that creates your reality, that creates everything in your life, that has created everything in life. So I have 3 questions for you to start, just to get you thinking. So where in your past can you look back and realize Spirit had your back when you didn't understand it at that time? I can think of so many examples. And in the early days, I never realized that Spirit had my back. And many a time now when I look back, I think about some of the detours and the convoluted ways that I ended up getting to where I am today. All ended up really being blessings, and I would not have taken that journey if I was asked to do it on my own. I would have probably done it differently. But there was something supporting me, something guiding me, something opening doors and something closing doors. And what was that? The Spirit within me. And there is the same within you. For you and I are the same in that way. You are fully divine, but you're also fully human. And you get to make your own choices. And it's in those choices that makes the difference on how we move forward in life. So if you are experiencing any hesitation in life, not trusting God, where are you placing your trust then? I know that's a big question. If you don't trust God, then what are you trusting? yourself. And what self is that? Is that the self that remembers the past and all of the mistakes and all of the ways that things used to be? Or is it trusting that there is something greater, grander, more supportive and loving that is who you are, that if you allow it, helps you to move forward in a way that is perfect for you, perhaps with challenges because that's something you love. Or perhaps it's smooth and easy because that's also who you are. Just a question. Instead of a situation changing or someone else doing something for you, what must you become today to move forward through this bless-itation? So that's assuming that you have something, an idea that perhaps came to mind this morning or this week or sometime in the last hour, and then you hesitated. So what can you do to change that paradigm of hesitation? Every new journey is filled with excitement and anticipation, and there may also be feelings of hesitation. That's normal. That's normal. And think about any idea that you have. You know, you woke up this morning and you thought, oh, well, today's the day that I'm going to do 2,000 steps, because you have something that tells you how many steps you take. And then by the time you've had coffee, you've forgotten about it. You've even left your little device on the bedroom nightstand or something, and off you go on your day. And why is it that happened? Well, let's look. Bless-itation is a combination of blessings and hesitations. So let's start with the idea of spirit. How about a larger thought of God? So let's begin with that. I invite you to expand your understanding of God just a little bit from where you are right now. So if you believe or remember sometimes that God is there and that God is part of who you are and that you're being supported, then yahoo, yippee skippy. And if you don't, then I invite you perhaps to start thinking that. Maybe you put a sticky note on your car mirror or on your bathroom mirror saying, larger idea of God. And what might that be? Just to start it happening, because there is a wisdom within you that is actually God, that will show up in such ways that allows for whatever it is that you've intended to have happen to start happening. Ralph Waldo Emerson realized this many years ago when he startled audiences with the suggestion that when we break with our God of tradition and cease from the God of our intellect, we will fire the heart with his presence. And so what he's saying to me there is this whole idea that you can't really intellectualize this thing called God, creator, life, love. You can't just give it lip service. You need to let go of any of your old beliefs or traditions that you took on from someone else and have your own personal experience of the God of your understanding. And then when you do, or even when you set the intention to do that, there is something that happens in you. There is this fire that happens in you that starts to give you more of that which you are open to, which is your own personal experience of the God of your understanding. Do you believe in God? I guess it's a little late for me to ask you that since I've been talking about God for the last half hour. But do you believe in God? Or what word would you use for it? Or do you think that by saying you believe in God, you really believe? You know, there are some people who say it just because they don't want to get into the conversation with someone that they really have doubts. And so might as well just say, yeah, I believe. But what does that mean for you? What does believing in God really mean? Just something for you to think about this week. Part of your homework. What else does believing in God imply? To really believe in God is to have a sense of the wholeness of life and of the universe, which in turn increases a believing attitude. You've heard the statement from Jesus, what you believe is how your life shows up. Well, this is the same thing, that as you start to believe in the idea that Spirit is at the helm of your life, if you allow it to be, then it shows up in ways that are really supportive for you. And they're particularly unique to you, these experiences. Do you believe in yourself? Maybe sometime, all the time? Do you believe in people? Do you believe in life as a meaningful experience? And really, what you answer to any of these questions ends up being revealed in your reality. And so they're not good or bad, whatever your answers are for that. But what they are is an opportunity to explore that and say, okay, if I were to change my belief system about believing in myself, how might my life show up differently? I'm in the process of doing some licensing and ordination interviews this week. And one of the things that Reverend Randy and I, Randy is my husband, discovered was that there is a physiological way to put yourself into a state of optimism and receptivity. And that is to stand up or even sit down and have your back straight. And then as though you're going, hooray, put your head up and your arms out in the air as though you are receptive to the good. And the thing that happens is that moment, that movement causes a receptivity in your body that allows for you to feel optimism. And if you aren't believing in yourself, for instance, to start to believe in yourself. So if you're having a doubtful time about something, how about going and standing in front of the bathroom mirror, or just standing outside and going, yay! And do it for a minute or two. And just see how it changes what's going on in your brain, because it changes what's going on in your body. If not, then your God is little more than a 3-letter word, and your I believe in God an empty cliche. This is from Eric Butterworth. Let me read that again. If not, then your God is little more than a 3-letter word, and your I believe in God an empty cliche, by Eric Butterworth. And so I invite you to consider, when you say, I believe in God, to go a little further and explore, what do you mean by that? Or are they just words? So let's go into the idea of trust. So there's a story of a woman, and she's traveling, and in her travels she finds this really beautiful stone, and she puts it in her backpack. And then as she's traveling, she sits next to a river, and she's going to have her lunch. And she's sitting there eating her lunch, and another traveler walks by and sees her sitting there and engages her in conversation. And while they're speaking, she's eating her sandwich, and she says, oh, sorry that I'm eating in front of you. Would you like to have some lunch with me? And he says, sure, that'd be great. So she opens up her bag, and he sees this stone in her bag. And he says, you know what? I've changed my mind. But what I would like is that stone that you have. And without hesitation, she gives him the stone. He takes it, and he goes merrily on his way. He's so delighted, because this stone basically is so valuable that it will look after his life and all of his needs for many, many years to come. And a little while goes by. The woman is still sitting by the river, and she's eating her lunch, and he comes back. And he gives her back the stone. And she says, why are you giving me the stone back? And he says, what I really would like is give me what you have within you that enabled you to give me this stone. And that really is a profound gift, isn't it? When someone can, without hesitation, give something of great value away. I remember hearing the story of Ernest Holmes, who was the founder of religious science, that his wife, whenever someone would compliment her on some of her jewelry or something that she had, she would remove it and give it to them. Say, "Oh, you like this? Here you go." And I remember thinking to myself, I don't know if I could be quite that generous. But you see, it came from a place where she fully understood that no matter what she had, they were just possessions, and that she was prosperous and she was abundant, and that she didn't need to hang on to anything, because whatever she let go of, something more, something greater, would fill her experience. So where are you at in terms of your level of faith and generosity? Your whole life experience is based on your belief in God, life, creator. So maybe you're not a person who uses the word God or creator, but maybe you're thinking about life. And how you behave in life and the experiences that you have are based on what you believe that life has to offer you. So see, I took the energy away from saying the word God. But isn't that true? Have you ever thought of it that way? This is the cause of your bless or hesitation, is what you believe life holds for you and how you believe it responds back to you. If you believe there's never enough, or you really had to work hard to get what you have, then you're going to behave in such a way that has that as your experience. What gifts are discovered during moments of bless-itation? There's a power in blessing whatever is before us and or triggering us. Why not greet it with curiosity? So I'm not saying just, go ahead and, give all your jewelry away when someone says that they really like it. But to stop and think when you have a reaction, what's really going on here? What belief systems do I have that are coming up in this moment? Ask yourself, why does it matter if I say yes or if I say no, or if I hesitate or if I don't? The more you repeat, the more you will find blessings. So are you willing this week to stop every time that you may have a hesitation and say, why does it matter? Why not shout it out? Yahoo! Yippee skippy! And say, this hesitation has given me an opportunity to look at something differently. Yahoo! Yippee skippy! And just even saying it, why don't you say it with me? Yahoo! Yippee skippy! How can you be afraid? How can you feel negative with that kind of an attitude? I know. Next slide. Share in another's blessings too. Like, yay for you. One of the ways to really practice this idea of not hesitating is to start to really notice the good things that are going on with someone else and their bravery moving forward, not hesitating in doing something new. Give someone else the recognition. Because you know what starts to happen? Is you start to get used to that idea, and it becomes who you are as well. And I invite you to laugh generously. Every opportunity you can. I was speaking to one of my colleagues, and as we're going through these interview processes, and she was laughing hysterically about how difficult the interview was. But the laughter was a releasing of the stress and a releasing of the can't do it any differently because it's over now. And so laughter holds all kinds of gifts. And when you're able to laugh even in the midst of something that's really difficult, laugh at the consternation that you might be feeling or that you somehow could have done it better, that it allows for a sense of freedom that you may not have had otherwise. And choice. Do you have these incredible ideas and what you think is missing is motivation? Our minds are wired to not do things that are uncomfortable or scary or difficult. Our brains are designed to protect us from those things. And do you know that there is a 5-second difference, a 5-second timeline between having a good idea and hesitating and it ending up going on the back burner or being pushed to the side? Now, I know it sounds really quick, 5 seconds, but think of it this way. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. That's actually quite a long time. So you have a great idea. 5 seconds later, if you do not do anything about that great idea, including, this would be, the morning that I'm going to get up as soon as I wake up rather than to roll over and have another snooze, in that 5 seconds, something kicks in your brain. And it's actually physiological. It's almost like our lizard brain says, something is up. So to do all those things that you know you want to do with your life, with your work, with your dreams, you're going to have to do things that are scary, uncertain, maybe uncomfortable or difficult. I mean, that's really the bottom line, because otherwise you would have done them already. There is something that's holding you back, and recognize that that's the truth. The problem is that you're never going to feel like it if there's a challenge. You're only going to feel motivated to do the things that are easy, right? So why is it so hard to do the little things that would improve your life? And we all ask that question from time to time. Our minds are designed to stop you at all costs from doing anything that might hurt you. We all have a habit of hesitating. And your brain suddenly goes, wait a minute. Why are you hesitating? And a small hesitation sends a stress signal to the brain. It wakes up your brain. And all of the ideas, all the times that you failed, all the times that it didn't work out when you tried something, start to come up. And you have even more reason for the hesitation. And yet I'm inviting you to know this, that blessing idea that you had initially came from the spirit within you. There is a part of you that is constantly, sometimes gently, whispering to you that if you do this, then something even better is going to occur. There is something within you that isn't pushing you hard, but is suggesting that if you just try this, if you just show up, if you just do it for a little while, you can change your mind, but that something really blessing and blissful is going to occur if you do. You are never going to feel like doing things that are tough or difficult or uncertain. You definitely have to push yourself. And you need to stop waiting until you feel like it and realize that you are one decision away from a totally different life. One decision away from a totally different life. So if you are not really delighted with your life at the moment, perhaps it's one hesitation at a time that has brought you to where you're at. Well, one blessing at a time, one moving forward instead of hesitating at a time, and your life can transform hugely. You can learn how to take control of those moments and decide to act in a way that shifts your life. Your life comes down to your decisions, and if you change your decisions, you change everything. So do you check out because you start listening to self-doubt? So think about it this way, checking out. So let's say you decide not to get up on time, or you decide not to leave on time, or you decide not to eat the right thing, or you decide to snap at your spouse, or a decision to not speak up. Every one of those is a decision that comes from the little decision to hesitate. Fully commit to your actions is all I'm asking you to do. Be willing to do something less perfectly and to maybe even look dumb. Your enthusiasm will get you through. Can you commit to having fun? When's the last time you had fun? Figure out where you are on the spectrum between bless and hesitation. And then commit to repeating that you're going to notice when you hesitate. Commit to being playful. Remember to have fun rather than perfection. Expect to be successful. Notice others' successes. So, the questions I started with. Where in your past can you look back and realize Spirit had your back when you didn't understand it at that time? If you're experiencing hesitation in life, not trusting God, where are you placing your trust? And instead of a situation changing or someone else doing something for you, what must you become today to move forward through this bless-itation? And here's a great affirmation. Why don't you say it with me? I am the very activity of God expressing as me. I am willing to believe from the consciousness of God. I am the divine process that made me in the first place. My faith has tremendous creative power. And a short video from the Foundation for a Better Life. Full screen, please, Randy.
If I can reach the stars, pull one down for you, shining on my heart, so you could see the truth. I could change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good, baby. If I could change the world, baby. If I could change the world.
Make a difference. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
So, bless-itation. We talked about spirit and what do you believe, about trusting what you believe, and making choices. And remember, the first man on the moon, this is a good example of how people lose out because of hesitation and fear. Whenever you see the moon, remember this: a moment's hesitation can stop you from your greatest life. So let's anchor this with a song. God in whom we dwell, Dedry Francois.
Loving God in whom we dwell, great are you, great are we in you. We adore the omnipresent you. Loving God in whom we dwell, grateful are we for the love we feel. In every truth we are healed. Oh, oh. loving God in whom we dwell. Feed our minds, nourish our souls, mold us in your own way. Loving God in whom we dwell, source of true love, genuine joy, teach us to love without conditions. Loving God in whom we dwell, expressing through us all things are possible, glory and honor in you. Loving God in whom we dwell, expressing through us all things are possible, glory and honor, deliverance and power, loving each moment with you. Glory and honor, deliverance and power, living each moment with you. Living each moment with you.
I always like to include a prosperity affirmation, knowing that abundance is in all things: health, wealth, relationships, in everything. So join with me in this affirmation if that's comfortable. From the love of Spirit in me, I bless all that I give. It goes forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith in the good in my life. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly. I am prosperous. And one of my favorite songs by Daniel Nahmod, One Power.
Mine too. one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. Well, whatever name you give it, it's all one power. Can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, oh, one power, one power. We speak so many languages, have different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in our hearts we're all the same. And we'll remember when we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul or it's your sight. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. Well, whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, oh, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. It's the moment of creation, it's an everlasting peace, it's the freedom of forgiveness, it's the sweetness of release, it's the joy of inspiration, it's the sunshine on your face, it's the birthright of all nations, it's the boundlessness of space, it's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep, it's the anger we abandon for its love that's most deep. It's one power, one power. What we are is one. One power is the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power.
Doesn't it just make you want to smile? Beautiful. Let's close this day, this time together, before our closing song, with this closing prayer. The infinite mind of God, which is my mind, fills my consciousness with all I need to live a full and happy life. I follow the guidance. I am peaceful. I release all fear. I am living love, and so it is. And remember to reach out if you have a prayer request. Through our website is the easiest way. And our final song, Breathe the Same Air, Daniel Namod and Emilio Zaras.
Well, it's an idea whose time has come. A new generation decides as one of the same small planet we are born. It's never been so obvious before. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky, breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. The future of history is crystal clear. The borders between us will disappear. Of the same small planet we are born. There's no foreign country anymore. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky, breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. Well, some say I'm out of touch with the times, that this world is no place for a vision like mine. Well, still I can see it, and still I believe it. There's too many lives on the line. There's so many lives on the line. We breathe the same air. Oh, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. Breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky, we breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky, we breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better. Oh, you and I, we breathe the same air. We breathe the same air. We breathe the same air.
Thank you so much for joining us this week. And remember, it only takes about 5 seconds between having a blessing or hesitating and not doing. So I hope that you move forward this week, jumping right in. Yahoo! Yippee skippy! And Emilio and I will be raising our arms as often as we can. I hope that you do too. And we'll see you next week. Bye for now.